Imagine a time long, long ago, even before your grandparents' were born. In that ancient world, there lived a special group of people who were very much like us, but also a little different. These amazing people were called Neanderthals. They were actually a type of human, just like you and me. Think of them as our ancient cousins, part of our big human family tree. They lived on Earth for a very long time, adapting to their world in incredible ways. Neanderthals lived in Europe and parts of Asia. They were around for hundreds of thousands of years, from about 400,000 years ago until about 40,000 years ago. That's a super long time. During much of this period, the Earth was a much colder place, with huge sheets of ice covering large areas. This means Neanderthals were experts at living in chilly environments. If you met a Neanderthal, you'd notice some differences from people today. They were generally shorter and much stockier, with very strong bones and muscles. This powerful build helped them survive in their tough world. They also had a distinctive face. They had a large nose, which might have helped warm the cold air they breathed. They also had a prominent brow ridge, a bony bump above their eyes, and a slightly sloping forehead. Neanderthals were very clever and resourceful. They lived in caves or built simple shelters to protect themselves from the cold and wild animals. Their homes were often near rivers or forests, which provided important resources. They were skilled hunters and gatherers. This means they hunted large animals like mammoths, woolly rhinoceroses, and deer for food. They also collected plants, berries, and nuts to eat. To hunt and prepare their food, Neanderthals made and used many different tools. They crafted sharp stone tools, like hand axes and spear points, which were essential for survival. These tools helped them cut meat, scrape hides, and make other useful items. Controlling fire was another huge achievement for Neanderthals. Fire kept them warm in freezing temperatures, cooked their food, and protected them from dangerous predators at night. It was a central part of their daily lives. Yes, Neanderthals were very intelligent. Their brains were actually about the same size as, or even a little larger than, modern human brains. They had complex thoughts and skills. They likely communicated with each other using some form of language, though we don't know exactly what it sounded like. They probably used a combination of sounds, gestures, and facial expressions to share information. Neanderthals also showed signs of culture and caring. They buried their dead, sometimes with flowers or tools, which suggests they had feelings and perhaps even beliefs about what happens after life. There is also evidence that they cared for sick or injured members of their group. Skeletons have been found of Neanderthals who survived serious injuries or illnesses, showing that others must have helped them to recover. They even made simple jewelry, like beads from shells or animal teeth. This tells us they appreciated beauty and had a sense of personal adornment, just like people do today. For a long time, Neanderthals were the only humans in Europe and parts of Asia. But then, around 40,000 years ago, early modern humans, our direct ancestors, started to arrive in these same areas. Neanderthals and early modern humans lived side by side for thousands of years. We don't know exactly why Neanderthals eventually disappeared, but scientists have some ideas. It might have been due to changes in the climate, or perhaps competition with modern humans for food and resources. Neanderthals are incredibly important because they teach us so much about human history and how different groups of humans adapted to their environments. They show us that there isn't just one way to be human. They were strong, smart, and resilient, surviving for hundreds of thousands of years in a challenging world. Their story helps us understand our own journey and how we became the people we are today. So, the next time you hear about Neanderthals, remember they were not just ancient cave people. They were fascinating, intelligent, and resourceful human beings who played a vital role in our shared past.